So today we're going to be looking at the Madden 26 sort of gridiron notes for the reveal trailer, and you're probably wondering, why haven't I reacted to the trailer? Well, there's been copyright claims, and it's not KC and the Sunshine Band for their actual song, but EA, once again, is claiming trailer videos, which, F them. I don't even want to make them a dime. I don't. So, yeah. We're going to be looking at the Gridiron games, talking about everything that was kind of in the trailer rather than actually showing it. You can watch the trailer on your own. It's a minute. It's nothing crazy special. It was kind of cool, but yeah, if they're going to claim it, F them. Either way, here is welcome to Madden 26. Here's the Gridiron gang. We're not watching The Rock's movie, the Gridiron notes, but today we'll walk you in the hardest, whatever. Okay, enough yap. Gameplay, talking about real life data. You've seen the tendency. We've heard this before, right? I've been hearing AI buzzword. AI has been the big thing over the last kind of few years now, especially the last 2 years. And they've thrown that word out there as well about the AI learning and whatnot, which would be cool if it actually is in the game, but I don't know. That sounds like coach suggestions to me, but we can't share everything today. We're going to, whatever. We got a gameplay deep dive coming at some point, but here we are. QB DNA. The QB is the most iconic position in all of sports. To reflect that, punter, excuse me. To reflect that, Madden 26 is completely reimagined quarterback mechanics from animations to behaviors with our QB DNA. Not only are you watching Josh Allen's rocket arm fire off a deep pass mid-jump, you're doing that when you're playing as Josh Allen, too. More than 500 new quarterback animations were added to Madden 26. How many of those are Patrick Mahomes alone, though? Of course, quarterback signatures in Madden 26 are a visual representation of everything from how each quarterback holds the football in the pocket to their arm slot when slinging it down the field. We have overhauled our player traits system with 50 new players traits across numerous positions, all backed by real-life NFL tendency data. Does your quarterback in real life throw more often to the right side of the field? Joe Burrow, for example, will be more likely to set his feet before throwing than other quarterbacks. Josh Allen, as fearless as he is in real life, will be trucking defenders as he takes a chance to scramble for a first down instead. Will that actually happen, though? Will I see an AI also? Screw all this. I don't care if, Josh Allen, he looks like a Josh Allen when he throws the ball. Will an AI actually go out of bounds when there's 5 seconds left in the game and they need a field goal? Will they actually kick the field goal? 15 seconds left. They don't have any timeouts. Instead of throwing a ball 5 yards down the field and losing that chance. I don't care about, this guy looks like him. I don't care about that. I care about, will the AI actually make right decisions? We see that all the time where they don't take their points. They blow it, right? But here we are. Whether it's Lamar Jackson getting shifty to avoid hits or Matthew Stafford dropping his arm down to finesse a screen pass, pocket presence, scrambling tendencies, and pass styles reflect the unique traits of today's stars and tomorrow's legends. Coach DNA. We got some learning tendencies on you. We're talking about AI. I think they're going to be talking about kind of AI stuff. Powered by machine learning, stemming from years of real-world data. Coach DNA mirrors the unique styles and philosophies of NFL coaches. 4th and 3, you better be ready for Dan Campbell and the Lions to try and get a first down. Why are they acting like 4th and 3 is crazy? Dan will go on 4th and 14. That's Dan Campbell. 4th and 3, that's just an NFL coach nowadays. But Dan Campbell, 4th and 92, he's going for it. Of course, trying to get the Lions a first down. Passing successfully on the Vikings. Oh, what? Expect some creative blitzes from their unpredictable defense. Oh, okay, yeah, whatever. They're saying okay, you got it, I didn't. This data-driven play calling brings real-life coach tendencies to the virtual gridiron. Our second piece of Coach DNA is an overhaul to coach suggestions that also contains what we call coach speak. If you're playing as the Lions, Dan Campbell will offer various suggestions depending on the down and distances, true to the Detroit Lions' tendencies and mirror the way Campbell talks. On top of that, we have real coaching AI. Oh, AI. Ooh, AI is here to kill us all. Where the CPU teams will make pre-snap. AI is crazy, though. Adjustments and suggest play calls that specifically counter your opponent's tactics, driving Coach Madden's, John Madden's vision further for teaching X's and O's at the forefront of Coach DNA. So it's not like literally coach suggestions, but they're going to be actually showing like the coach kind of talking to you. I don't know. We received a ton of positive feedback on our playbooks from the previous year, and we're happy to announce that we have nearly 1,000 new plays at the launch of Madden 26. People in the MUT community still only going to be using about 3 of those. Our playbooks contain the current trend of motion and shift-based offenses you see from teams like San Francisco and Miami. For our defensive playbooks, you'll find exotic blitz pressures, defensive disguises, and all new stunts and twists to lock down your opponent. Of course, a lot of people have been asking about the tush push, which I don't see why not. QB sneaks are already insanely successful in game, so why not? But I suppose if you're going to add something like that, you're probably going to make it even stronger than the QB sneak. I don't know. I don't know how you even balance for something like that. But wear and tear and new defensive depth chart. Oh, new depth chart positions. Wait a minute. Hold on. Modernized roster management adds strategic depth with the wear and tear system and dynamic substitutions. Wear and tear affects player performance, while dynamic substitutions allow seamless situational swaps without pausing gameplay. Highly requested new depth chart positions. Modernized Madden 26 featuring edge, nose tackle, and long snapper. And the versatile gadget position. Are we actually going to see this reflected in sim stats, though? Am I going to not have to pay my 82 overall off-ball linebacker $30 million a year just because he's literally playing outside linebacker? That'd be great. This upcoming NFL season could see a dynamic, consistent two-way player in Travis Hunter, and Madden 26 is ready. I will say, they usually are ready. Remember when Griffin? I guess to be fair, he was literally one-handing with the nub. So I guess they weren't ready, actually. Hunter will have abilities that counteract some of the wear and tear of playing both ways, meaning you can't just throw any receiver at cornerback and expect the same result. Fair enough. That's cool. So you can literally just... because there are builds like that in game. I don't know if there actually is for wide receiver corner, but we've seen it for quarterback wide receiver, quarterback or running back wide receiver, quarterback tight end. So if that actually is for that as well, I don't know if it will be, but it seems like offensive defense. But of course, football weather, this is the one I'm kind of most excited for, is, NFL teams face the dual challenge of battling each other on the field while contending with various harsh weather conditions throughout the season, and we have brought that to life with football weather in Madden 26. We've completely overhauled not just the visuals, but also the effects of weather conditions. Heavy snow, fog, rain, and everything in between will affect movement, visibility, stamina, and ball control. You're playing an NFL snowball bowl, you'll notice players slipping or moving as clunky as they would in a real-life blizzard. Physics from now, unless you're Shady McCoy, of course, right? If you have LaShawn McCoy, you should be fine. Physics from how players move to how the ball carries will be adjusted to mimic weather conditions. Then think again about chip shot field goals in heavy weather. I think again about chip shot field goals in general. So you got to relax with the weather. We've also added finer details, making the elements of a part of the home field where cold weather teams will not get as impacted when playing in the cold and wet as weather. I don't like that. As a Packers fan, I have seen my team get cooked in the snow against the San Francisco 49ers. Obviously, that game really wasn't getting cooked, but Green Bay really was affected just as much as anybody. These are humans. Yes, they can be a little more used to it, but humans are humans, and I don't know. If it's not major, sure, but to balance when playing in extreme heat, those cold weather teams will tire out faster, which is a little detail with a big impact that came straight from the players. I don't like that. I guess if the players are saying that it really does affect them that much, it's just when I watch football, and I see teams that are cold weather teams struggling in the snow as well. Not that you can't have a bad day on top of it. I don't know. I feel like it just affects everyone, right? Foundational football are non-optional. They're essential to doubling down, explosive locomotion, running, passing. So this is basically saying new animations, new mechanics, I guess. But our explosive locomotion differentiates the north to south speed of athletes like Tyreek Hill versus the wiggly east to west players like Jahmyr Gibbs. As if Gibbs isn't fast as well. Excuse me, if I was Gibbs, I'd be getting my lawyer on the phone. But explosive locomotion, a player who runs 4.240 will feel like a player who runs... So they're changing the speed parity, is that it? How do you balance for a league then if you're going to have that on top of that? So they're just changing the speed parity, But custom defensive zones let you game plan and adjust like a real-life coordinator. With custom defensive zones, you'll be able to set the depth of your zone. Is that not literally zone drops? To what your safety is aligned to a certain hash, the plane strength of somewhere else, AI logic. So, if you can actually make them go to certain hashes, that could actually be kind of big, right? But we can't wait to share more, including how we have leveled up the trenches with our foundational football features. Be on the lookout for our coming gameplay deep dive. Madden 26 doesn't just tweak mechanics. We've made a commitment to the soul of football, the fundamentals. Franchise mode, what do we got? Some new features, new challenges make the game to week. and game to game feel different. First things first, in the NFL, no two coaches are alike now in Madden. That's also true. We've added hundreds of new heads and whatever. It's cool, but it's not going to blow my socks off. They're snugly on right now. We're also introducing a new meta game with coach abilities, like actual abilities. Or because we obviously have the +2 to speed and stuff like that. You can now check out the scouting report and customize your game plan against your opponent each week. Coach abilities are also more than just a menu item. They can trigger via in-game scenarios. For example, one ability could be increase your offensive tackle success rate against power moves. Leveling up your coach gets you access to more abilities, and of course, CPU teams will be able to take advantage of those game plans as well. I mean, that's kind of what they got. It's just this is a little bit more nuanced, more specific. Playbooks become a large focus for your franchise this year with play sheets. Play sheets are another component of your weekly game planning, allowing you to add extra plays to your playbook. The play sheets will be able to access depending on how you level up your coach. Cool. Managing player wear and tear is now a part of franchise strategy too. Remember when we mentioned Travis Hunter? I'm just going to turn that off. The wear and tear, stamina, fatigue management, it hasn't worked in Madden for years. It really just hasn't. So I'd rather just use my players as if they're the Terminator than to have them out every single play because their wear and tear is bad. No. Franchise mode comes alive. If it's good, I'll try it, but I don't know. It's probably going to be something we turn off. Franchise mode comes alive with enhanced presentation, including halftime shows and weekly recaps with Scott Hansen and all new custom progress packages for Monday, Sunday, and Thursday Night Football. I said that all in auto order, but either way, more on this and a whole bunch more franchise presentation and future Gridiron notes this summer. Presentation. Oh my God, we got a lot more to go, huh? Presentation. But mascots, runouts, crowd chants, all that stuff. Head coaches, more gear means authentic looking coaches. Dan Campbell. Man, they are loving some Dan Campbell, huh? But yeah, he's a good coach, so what can you do? But of course, in terms of uniforms, the team added more alternate and classic jerseys from Nike, including the Texans redesign, stadium edge walls, and field. I like that. All right, we like the updated. Of course, tip of the iceberg, there's more stuff in franchise and presentation deep dive. Superstar, step into the spotlight, your dream career. Import your road to glory player. Yeah, we'll probably do that. From rookie hopeful to legendary icon, every week brings fresh story of the week narratives that pull you closer. So there's not going to have a proper mode anymore, huh? Just literally just import your guy for a superstar mode. Ultimate Team, if you like that stuff here. Here. Boom. There you go. Bundle, you want pre-order and whatnot. But that's going to be it for the Gridiron thingy thang. I've been seeing this screenshot quite a bit. But yeah, I mean, the trailer doesn't show you a lot, but there's some, different animation things that kind of look like natural rather than animations, even though they are. But yeah, I'm not gonna get copyright straight for the trailer, which literally just kind of shows a visual representation of some of this stuff, but there is more in this Gridiron Notes than the actual trailer anyways. Regardless, if you guys enjoy this one, leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Maybe follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel PK Players, and I'm adding content for you Chupacabra guys out there. We'll be having that a little later today, probably 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, and then we'll have a rebuild tomorrow. Always a ton of content, and whenever, new Madden 26 news will come out, we'll probably end up posting that. Regardless, take care. See